So we're going to move on to two. In the coverage, Lightfoot has them connected, and maybe they are connected, but I want to talk on them a little bit separately. And she talks about implementing a wellness program for officers, and then connects that to an early intervention system. And I've been fully in favor of an early warning. I mean, I guess she calls it early intervention system, but the language nationally, I think that's more for PR, but the language nationally in the police accountability system is an early warning system.
Correct.
And I guess we can talk about them together. I don't think officers understand. I see the Jason Van Dyke and the murder of Laquan McDonald. I see that as a failure of the police department. Not just in the cover up, but the fact that he had 27 complaints that we know of. I think there's a 5-year gap in a time period when we don't know if he had any more complaints. And there was never really an intervention done to figure out why he was accumulating all those complaints and see if they could do anything, like if that was heading on a trajectory towards disaster.
Sure.
And I think those types of things, that's why I'm in favor of an early warning system. And I guess Lightfoot's right, tying it to the wellness program. But I think, I would bet, my bet is the FOP the police union is going to be completely against this idea. But I think I don't think they think about it right. I think there's really an opportunity with things like this to maybe have an intervention that isn't punitive, that's helpful, that maybe saves us an incident and saves that officer's career, and in Jason Van Dyke's life right now, his freedom. So have you talk about those two things a little bit?
Sure. Yeah, no, I'm definitely in support of an early warning system or an early intervention system. I think it's really important to help, and like you said, to try to kind of help those officers who are starting down the wrong path and give them the right training that can help them sort of reel them back in. A lot of what we're dealing with, I think, Tracy, are there are results of the culture of the organization. And it's a culture that has evolved over decades, as I mentioned, and it's going to be hard to change that culture overnight. We're talking about an organization of 13,000 people. And so we have to do things like have an early warning system to help to sort of help, address these cultural deficits where we can find them and really work to do it. The other thing that's really important, though, obviously, is a very effective and consistently effective accountability system. And that's part of what's been missing as well, which is why we're having the problems that we're having.